So guys, Xiaomi has launched the Mi Mix 2 in India, and it is a great smartphone, and it has got some great features and is compared to the biggest of flagships. And I think it is one of the best phones under 40,000 rupees or $600. And let's see how it fares against the OnePlus 5 or the Nokia 8. All the three phones are great and you guys can buy any of them, but you can buy only one. So today in this video, let's check out which is better, the Mi Mix 2, the OnePlus 5 or the Nokia 8. Now let's start with the design and build of the three devices. Take it the OnePlus 5, the Nokia 8 or the Mi Mix 2, all the three phones have great design and you won't be complaining about that when you buy them. But which one is the best? Nokia 8 and the OnePlus 5 come with an all-metal unibody with a 5.5-inch display on the OnePlus 5 and a 5.3-inch display on the Nokia 8. And both the phones are at 1080p resolution, whereas on the Mi Mix 2 you get a ceramic body. On the back you get ceramic and metal, whereas on the front you get an infinity display, that is a full vision display with an aspect ratio of 18:1. The screen size is 6 inches with FHD plus resolution. And I think when comparing all the three devices, the Mi Mix is the clear winner. Now let's come to the software part. All the three phones run with Android 7.1.1 Nougat out of the box. The Nokia 8 comes with stock Android, whereas the OnePlus 5 comes with Oxygen OS. And on the other hand, the Mi Mix 2 comes with MIUI. So I know all the three are on different platforms, but OnePlus 5 is nearly stock Android. And according to me and according to my experience, OnePlus 5 is the clear winner. The OnePlus 5 is a fast device and I think it can beat the Nokia 8 and the Mi Mix 2. The MIUI is a bit heavy, and that's the reason I think the Mi Mix 2 could be a bit slower than the OnePlus 5 or the Nokia 8. But Nokia would be getting all the latest security patches, so that is an advantage on the Nokia 8. Whereas the Mi Mix 2 will only get the necessary updates, no security patches on the Mi Mix 2. When talking about the specifications, all the three phones are running the Snapdragon 835 chipset, clocked at 2.45 GHz. And I think when comparing all the three, there won't be a big performance difference. But the only difference that can make is the extra RAM on the Mi Mix 2 and the OnePlus 5. The Nokia 8 comes with 4GB of RAM, whereas the Mi Mix 2 and the OnePlus 5 comes with 6GB of RAM. And the OnePlus 5 also has an 8GB variant, so that will make up a big difference. As far as the storage goes, you get plenty of storage on all the three devices. On the OnePlus 5 you get a 64 or a 128GB variant. On the 64GB variant you get 6GB of RAM, and on the 128GB variant you get 8GB of RAM. Whereas on the Mi Mix 2, on the 64 and the 128GB variant you get 6GB of RAM, and on the Nokia 8 you get 64GB of internal memory and 4GB of RAM. Now let's talk about the most interesting part, that is the camera on the three devices. The OnePlus 5 comes with a dual camera setup. One is a 16MP camera and the other one is a telephoto lens with 20MP camera, which can help for 2x optical zoom, and the front camera on the OnePlus 5 is 13MP. Next, on the Nokia 8 you also get a dual camera setup, but the setup is very much different when compared to the OnePlus 5. It has a normal 13MP sensor, and the other one is also a 13MP sensor, but this time it is a monochrome sensor, that is for black and white images. So that can help to improve the quality a lot in those black and white images. And on the front you get a 13MP selfie camera. The Mi Mix 2 has a 12MP camera with 4-axis optical image stabilization and an 8MP selfie camera. Now let's talk about stabilization. The OnePlus 5 has electronic image stabilization, that is EIS. And Nokia 8 and the Mi Mix 2 come with OIS, that is optical image stabilization, so that is an advantage over the OnePlus 5. And then you also have the body feature on the Nokia 8, that is you can use the front camera and the rear camera at the same time on the Nokia 8, so that you can see both the images at the same time. That is great, and that is a great feature on the Nokia 8. All the phones can record up to 4K, but the Nokia has a better advantage because it uses Ozo technology and that it has 3 microphones. So for recording audio, the Nokia 8 is much better when comparing it to the OnePlus 5 or the Mi Mix 2. The Nokia 8 comes with a 3080 mAh battery whereas the OnePlus 5 comes with a 3300 mAh of battery and the Mi Mix 2 comes with a 3400 mAh battery. So yes, there is a slight advantage of the Mi Mix 2 over the two phones. Now let's come to the verdict. Which one should you buy? For the Mi Mix 2, if you want a bezel-less smartphone with great performance and no compromises, then you can easily buy the Mi Mix 2, but it does not come with a headphone jack. That can be a little bit of letdown on the Mi Mix 2. Other than the headphone jack, the Mi Mix 2 is a fantastic phone and it can actually be better than the OnePlus 5 or the Nokia 8 in many situations. So if you want a great looking smartphone, then blindly go for the Mi Mix 2. Now why you should buy the Nokia 8? The Nokia 8 comes with a 2K display, whereas the other two phones have a full HD display. And the camera on the Nokia 8 is slightly better when comparing it to the OnePlus 5 or the Mi Mix 2. And yes, you also get the Bodhi feature and the Ozo technology 3 microphones used at the same times on the Nokia 8. So the Nokia 8 would be a great choice if you want a solely independent camera or something that can shoot some great videos. I don't say that the Mi Mix 2 or the OnePlus 5 are not great shooters, but when comparing the three phones, the Nokia 8 is the best. Now let's talk about the OnePlus 5. The performance of the OnePlus 5 is better when comparing it to the Mi Mix 2 or the Nokia 8. I don't say that the other two phones are slow, it is just that the OnePlus 5 is very fast. I've used it personally and I can say it is a great smartphone. So in terms of performance, you can seriously buy the OnePlus 5. Now finally, let's finish up with the price. The OnePlus 5 is priced at 33,000 for the 6GB RAM variant and 38,000 for the 8GB RAM variant. And the Nokia 8 is priced at 37,000 rupees. And the Mi Mix 2 is priced at 33,000 rupees for the 64GB variant and 36,000 rupees for the 128GB variant. So guys, that's all we could talk about the Nokia 8, OnePlus 5 or the Mi Mix 2. It is just your choice and depends on what you want. Whichever you buy, you will be happy. Thanks for watching guys, because that really helps. Thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you loved it. My name's Kev, you're watching Noise Tech, and we're signing out.